Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Creek Thrift. My name is Candi if you're new here, and I have a what sold video. I do reselling part-time on apps like Poshmark and eBay. And so today I have from line 32 to 48. So I just have that many items to share with you and go over what my totals are for this month so far. I'm just going to jump right into it. So if you're interested in seeing what sold and just like things like that, I'm going to share with you all the details for like the item, where I purchased it or how I obtained it, like how much I paid for it if I did pay for it, what app it's sold on, and how much it sold for, how long it took, all of those good details that might help you if you are also a reseller, just to see what's selling out there, or if you just like to kind of see what other people are up to. I like to watch like people that I follow. I watch other YouTubers oftentimes when I'm listing or taking photos or things like that, and I'll just have it playing in the background, which kind of is nice to keep you company. And so I like to do that for a lot of other resellers. And so if you're a reseller and you do the same thing that I do, leave your the name of your like channel in the comments, and I will see if I follow you. And if I don't, I will come follow you. And I would love for you to, of course, follow me too. But anyways, so I'm going to just jump right into it. And the first item that sold for me was this Joy Spun lavender purple jersey button-down striped stars pajama shirt, 2X, and it was new with tags. And I did pick this up actually at Walmart. I remember they had it on clearance for $2. And so I went ahead and grabbed it because it was a good size. It was cute. I thought maybe it would sell faster than it did. But anyways, I picked it up on October 3rd of 2023. I posted it on Poshmark on October 4th of 2023. And then I did add it onto eBay on May 6th of 24, and it still sat for well over a year. And then it finally sold on Poshmark on July 16th of this year, 2025, and it sold for $15. So I made a profit of $10. Do I like waiting that long? Not really, but I'm just really happy that it sold and I earned a profit. The next item is this vintage Wrangler Prairie Rose jean jacket, small, and I put button up Western cowgirl 80s 90s, and this came from a donation, so I didn't actually pay anything for this item. You can see the tag is like really old and beat up and worn out. You could barely make out any of the words on this tag, but I did make sure I got really good close-up photos so that people can see, hey, by the way, this is not in the best condition on the tag, but the actual jacket itself was in really good condition. So, and it was cute. I thought, you know, this is something somebody out there would really like, and so I went ahead and listed it. So we were given it as a donation last summer. I posted it to Poshmark and eBay October 22nd last year in 24, and it finally sold July 16th on Poshmark for $20. So that earned me a profit of $16. My next item is this, hold on, I'm making sure it's recording. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. I just want to make sure that my recording, because I've had to start over like 3 to 4 times already. The next item is Vela Rosa tank top women's XL black and red floral garden biking hiking athletic race. So those are the kind of keywords that I used. I actually sold this item before it got shipped out, went to the buyer, and then she returned it saying it didn't fit her the way she thought. And so she returned it back, and then I resold it. Luckily, it sold pretty, it took a little while, but it didn't take that long. And then it did resell. I thought it was a really, like, kind of a unique, fun pattern. And so that's why I picked this one up. And I picked it up at the Goodwill bins November 2nd of 24, and I paid $2.25 per item. And so it's just something I picked up. So it already sold once and came back probably I think around March, and then here it goes again reselling. So this time I reposted it, well, it might have been early May, because I reposted it on May 16th on Poshmark and eBay. So I probably sold it just before that. I would say like maybe in April, the end of April. And then it sold on eBay for $25.49. and it sold July 16th, and that gave me a profit of $18.76. And then the next item is this Time-Sharing Computer Systems by M.V. Wilkes hardback book 3rd edition. And so I picked this up at the Goodwill bins, and this was, I think, the one in Waco. And it did, at the time that I picked it up, the books, or at least I think hardbacks, they charged 60 cents for this book. So I think hardback books were 60 cents each. And so I picked it up, but I did like look up comps while I was at the store. And so that's why I picked up this particular item. And so I picked it up June 29th of 24, and I posted it on July 6th of 24 to eBay only, and then it sold on eBay July 16th of 25. So it took a year, and it sold for $19.98, and that gave me a profit of $14.81. The next item is this divided set of 2 lavender white striped shirt and vest. And then I put extra small and medium. You can kind of see they go together very well, but I did get them completely separate of each other, and then I did combine them because they were the same brand. So I think essentially they came out of the same like season, maybe, I think it was. So I was thinking, because they matched, and so I went ahead and just put it together as a vest. In fact, I picked up 4 vests that were brand new when I first started reselling, so it was a big mistake. Would not pick up divided, obviously, anymore. I've learned my lesson. But I had picked up 4 of these cute little lavender vests. I still have 2 if you're interested. They are smalls, like extra small. So they fit like a preteen or a very small teen. Or even a youth, like a larger, like extra, like a youth sized. But it's super cute, and I thought it was a fun style. So anyways, I do have 2 more of these. And so, I split it up. I wrote it on a sticky note. So anyways, I split up my items into 2 lines because I had them from 2 different locations. So the lavender and white striped polo short sleeve top, that item came from the Goodwill bins on December 27th of 23. I had $1 invested in it that day, and I posted it on April 6th of 24 to Poshmark and eBay. And then the second item, the lavender cropped vest, I got from H&M directly, where they sell that divided brand. And so I just completely overwrote this. Let me hit back. Okay, so I don't remember exactly the date because this was before I started taking reselling seriously. So I wasn't like keeping track of anything. I just had picked them up. I think it was when I had the mindset of, oh, I should start reselling. And so like I had gone with my daughter shopping at the mall, and I saw them on sale, and I was like, oh, I'm going to pick all these up and post them, thinking that they were so cute and they would sell, but they're really small. It's not a popular brand. Like, I've learned a lot of things since then. It might not have been in style, but it's kind of in style now, but it's just, I've sold 2 now out of the 4, which is nice, but I paid $2 each. And I posted the vest on its own August 11th of 22. And then I reposted it onto eBay April 6th of 24, which was the same day I posted this item as well, the shirt. So I think that's the day that I put them together as a set. And then I took pictures of it as a set. And anyways, it finally sold on eBay as a set, and I did split up the 2 onto 2 separate lines, but in total for the set, the sales price was $24.53, and then I earned a profit of $17 for both items. So when I split it up, that means that for the little polo shirt, I earned $7.50, and for the vest, I earned $6.50. And so the next item is this American Eagle tank top, basically, but I put Elena Gilbert Vampire Diaries lace tank top size M medium, and then I put teal blue, and I did take the little like collage tool that I have, like an app that does that, and then I put them together because I think it just gives like a little bit more of like a pop when somebody's looking and they see Elena Gilbert and then they go, oh, you know. So this actual tank top was a slightly different color, and I did say that in the comments that it is very similar but is slightly different coloring than the one that Elena wore in the show. But this item was an American Eagle Outfitters, size medium, super cute. It has like that little logo down here, very Y2K, the whole lace trim, ribbed, kind of like a longer length style, skinny fitted tank top. So anyways, and so it's definitely the style, but it was listed for a while. I got this from Goodwill on December 23rd of 24, and I paid $2. I posted it on January 3rd this year, 25, to Poshmark and eBay. It finally sold July 17th, and it sold for $28.50 on eBay. And that gave me a profit of $21.57. The next item is Cooler Master Set of 3 case fans, white, ARGB 4-pin power. Okay, so this is just something that my husband gave me to resell. He has been building some new computers, and he did put these in, but then he uninstalled them before he even had the computer finished, so they're basically new. But I did disclose that. I'm pretty sure I wrote down open box, new condition, no wear, you know, maybe missing original packaging, protective wrapping. So basically this came out of an AI tool that wrote this for me, but basically it was just essentially new. And so that item I listed for him. So I had $0 invested, and I posted it on July 1st on Poshmark, and I'm sorry, not Poshmark, on eBay, and it sold on eBay on July 17th. So it just took a few weeks, sold for $14.99, and that earned a profit of $12.33. And then I took my like taxes out, and then I gave my husband, because I was giving him some money that he was earning for a few things, because he's using it to build the computer. And we're only building computers, well, one, because the PlayStations were kind of crap, because we had PlayStation 4 and it was all right. Like the PlayStation worked and everything, but for the games that he wanted to play, they're like really big games, so it did overload the PlayStation a lot, and so it was really harder to play some of those types of games. And so he decided to build a computer so that it was a better power and strength. And then on top of it, what started this whole build a computer situation is because Microsoft is doing that whole like Windows 11, like you're being forced to upgrade to Windows 11, but our old computers would not do that. So we had to get either a new computer or build a computer. So those are really the only options. So he's got his pretty much up and running, although he's still going to be swapping out a few parts to make it what he wants as we kind of earn money. And then my computer is getting close there, but we still have like $500 to invest in it, so it's gonna be a little bit longer. But hopefully by October, which is when the whole Microsoft thing happens, they basically aren't gonna keep updating any of like on the Windows 10. So if you don't have a Windows 11, if you haven't heard of that, the Windows 10 is they're not gonna continue updating it anymore. So all like the securities updates are going away, and like eventually all the apps that use like things that the compatibility on software and programs are gonna slowly like fade away, because it's not compatible anymore. So it really just essentially is like forcing you to get Windows 11, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, I do need a new computer. So yeah, because we all know my computer has got its issues. So, anyways, that item sold, and most of the money that I earned for some computer stuff is just going back to him to help us get our new computers figured out. So the next item is the 686 Cruiser Ski Snow Wide Fit Pants, size medium, gray belted ripstop, and I put baggy and unlined. And this item I picked up because I had researched the brand in the store on another pair of pants that were the 686 Featherlight, and they're kind of like a Gorpcore hiking material style pants, and it had really good, like amazing sell-through rates. and I had been in the store that same day. I had gone on to a different aisle, and I was going down that aisle, and these pants were there, and that I already knew the brand because I just researched it. And so I picked these up, and I kind of did another little quick research on the style, but it was ripstop, and so I went ahead and picked it up. It didn't sell for as much as the Featherlight version does, but it still sold pretty well. And these were a little bit more worn. You can kind of tell, like, they're kind of faded a little bit, but overall they're in still really good condition and definitely got a lot of life left in them. And so I picked these up, and it was, oops, wrong one. I picked it up at the Goodwill on April 26th of this year, and I paid $6.59. Oh my gosh. Okay. I paid $6.59, and I posted it to Poshmark and eBay May 16th, and then it sold July 17th. So it just took a couple months. It sold on Poshmark for $37, and so I earned a profit of $23.01. And then the next items, okay, so the next 3 items is a bundle, and I have that bundle written down also. So let me grab my pad. And so I'm going to just share each one, and I'll kind of just hit the back button. But this first one is a sheer shapewear bra, nude, tan, wireless, stretchy, pull-on, size XL. And it was basically like new. I don't. Okay, so it just gave us an Amber Alert on my phone. Oh my gosh. So anyways, I'm just going to keep recording. I'll have to figure out how to, I could merge them together, but, it's going to cut, 10 seconds out. Yay. But anyways, the next item is this sheer shapewear bra, nude, tan, wireless, stretchy, pull-on, size XL, and I think this originally came from just a donation. I don't even know where it came from, to be honest. I tried to look to see if it was something I got at the bins, but honestly I couldn't find it. It was on a flat lay on that white blanket that I always did when I first started reselling. So I know it was an older listing based on that, and I tried to go back and find the photos just to get the date, but I couldn't find that either. That was great because it wasn't in the box that I keep files on my phone for all the boxes that I have inventory in, and then when I take pictures I put them in the box in the file on my phone, if that makes any sense. And that way, once it sells, I'll keep it on my phone for a while until I know for sure it's not going to be returned or something, and then I can delete the photos after the fact. But I couldn't find it. So anyways, I did write down donation, and I had $0 invested, and I posted it not on 2005, July, I don't know what I was writing, 25? Okay, so question mark. I don't know what I put the date in here for, but I'm just going to switch it to NA for now because I don't know. I think that I posted it around July of 23 or something like that, but I didn't really know when I posted it exactly. And that's the thing with eBay. With eBay, it will tell you can go in on the on this up here, and it'll say start time July 5th. But if I go on Poshmark, there's nowhere that tells me that. So if there's a way to look that up, let me know. But I don't know, there's no way to look up when you started the listing, which would be very helpful. So when I run into that situation, just because I wasn't really taking good records when I first started doing this, I do go back and just look at the photos that I took, and then on my phone, and I look at the details to find the date that I took the photo, and I usually just apply that date and just call it good because I usually posted it right around that date. But anyways, I don't know. I don't remember, but I want to say it was a couple years ago. It sold in this bundle on Poshmark on July 18th. I'll go through all the details, and then I'll add all the totals here in a moment. The next item is Knox Rose dress, size extra extra large, sleeveless white, and I put graduation, baby doll, and cottagecore. So it was like a rayon and polyester lining, but it was a rayon style, like nice material, kind of lightweight. And I think in the summer months, the white dresses are very popular, and I did post it before kind of graduation season. And so I was hoping that somebody would snag it for their graduation, because a lot of like graduates like to wear like a white dress underneath their, their outfit that they wear, their robes. And so anyways, but it didn't sell, I don't think, in time for graduation, but it did sell luckily for the summer months. And so this item I had picked up at St. Vincent de Paul April 2nd of this year, 25, and I paid $7.50. And I posted it on April 24th to Poshmark and eBay. And then it was the second item in the bundle. And then the last item in the bundle is this Sag Harbor vintage long maxi sleeveless dress. And then I put login look, beige, black, size 14. Honestly, I didn't know if this would sell, and I do remember being a teenager and like moms would, like, there was people at my church that had stuff like this. So I just thought it was kind of interesting that I saw it, and I feel like I've seen this exact item in the past in my memories. But it's kind of funny. So I did pick it up. I thought it was kind of a fun design. It was in excellent condition, really. And so I picked this one up at Goodwill Bins on December 27th of 23, and I had $1 invested per item that day. I posted it on February 16th of 24 to Poshmark and eBay, and it sold in this bundle on July 18th on Poshmark. Okay, so let's go through the totals. So for all three items, the bundled price altogether came to a $52 sales price. And then I had posted $41.60 was my total profit for all three items. And when I divided it up, I tried to kind of do an equal divide. So I put $17.33, $17.34, and $17.33. So that was the 52 divided three ways. And then I put for the shapewear, I earned a profit of $13.86. I had $0 invested in that one. For the Knox Rose white dress, I earned a profit of $6.37, but I did have that $7.50 investment, so I had to take that off. And then for the Sag Harbor dress, I earned a profit of $12.87. And so in that one I had $1 invested, so I took that $1 off. So not a bad little like bundle, which was really nice. I love getting the bundles. I haven't had too many, but I did recently have been getting a couple bundles, which was really nice. I think I had one in my last video too. But anyways, so the next item is this Sony PlayStation 4 PS4 DualShock wireless controllers. They're tested, they're genuine Sony, and they work. So, but they came from the PlayStations that we were getting rid of and sold off. And they did not have any drifts, because every time we had a drifting controller, we would take it to GameStop and like swap it out with a non-drifting controller. So they probably were refurbished controllers. I know like the backs of this one was worn off and stuff, but yeah. But both of these were definitely tested and they didn't drift or anything, which was really nice. It's a big deal in gamers talk. So anyways, I had $0 invested, and so I just put 0 for cost of goods. I posted it on July 5th to eBay. I keep saying Poshmark. To eBay only, and it sold on July 18th for $44.99. That earned a profit of $37.23. And then the next item is Joe's Jeans Dark Wash High Rise Double Button Slim. And then they keep saying skinnies don't sell, but I seem to sell skinnies every now and then. I will say, not all the time, but every now and then. And it's not like I have a bunch of skinny jeans posted, but it's kind of funny because like when I got the original donation, there was a bunch of skinny jeans because they had gone out of style. So of course they donated them. And so it's kind of funny because they were all in really good condition and decent brands. And so they seem to still sell. It's just, I think it's just when somebody's like, I need a new pair of jeans, and they don't really like the wide leg jeans. If somebody really likes the slim or the skinnies, they're going to go look for the ones they like. And so I think that's why they still sell, even though they're not super popular, but it is still a good, getting notifications on my phone. What time is it? Okay, I have an appointment in 30 minutes. So it was just reminding me to hurry up and get done with your video so you can get ready. But anyways, so this pair is size 28, women's 28, and here's some pictures. It was kind of like a nice, pretty, like the dark wash, nice, decent jeans, no flaws or anything like that. And so that item was from the original donation, and I posted it way back December 21 of 2022 on Poshmark. And then I did post it on January 6th of 24 on eBay. So even on eBay, it took a year and a half. It finally sold on eBay July 19th, and it sold for $21, and I made a profit of $16.22. So I was really happy to see them go. I just think it's interesting when you do have a skinny jeans sale. And then the next item is Tahari Arthur Levine red short blazer, women's size 10, crop lined 3/4 sleeve, and I put career. And there's the logo if you're needing, or the label, and then it had like a little like hook and loop closure, just like one that closes right here at the front, just to kind of keep the sides together if you like to wear it that way. And then other than that, it was just more of an open style. But it's really nice. And I picked this up at the Goodwill bins on June 29th of 24. And I paid an average cost of $218 per item that day. Posted it July 26th of 24 on Poshmark and eBay. And it sold on Poshmark July 19th of 25. So it took a year. But it sold for $30, and I made a profit of $21.82. The next item is an Abercrombie & Fitch Y2K, another one of those ribbed tank tops, kind of like a longer, slimmer fit. But anyways, it was a red lace racer back style tank. And it did have the lace panel on the back, so I'll show you that. And then it has like the little logo down here that's embroidered. And there's the logo, or the tag, the label. Keep saying logo. But the back was all lace. So I thought that was a fun, like kind of a unique style that somebody might like. So it was kind of like a see-through, semi-sheer, basically, on the back. That one I picked up at Goodwill on December 23rd of 24. I paid $2, and I posted it on January 17th. And it sold on Poshmark July 21st. And so it took like 7 months, and it sold for $17. I tried to get more for it, but I finally lowered the rates down until somebody bought it. And so it sold for $17, and I earned a profit of $11.60. And then the last item for this week was this Windsor red dress, women's small bodycon boat neck, and I put asymmetrical slanted hem. And it's more of a V-neck, kind of boat neck, but it does have more of like that sweetheart off the shoulder strap. That's really cute. And then on the side, it had like this like gathering, kind of almost like a little bit of a stretch to it. So it kind of fits down over your thigh, kind of that sort of look. There was a snag, so I kind of showed that. And it has like that whole long, like sideways slanted hemline. And so I picked this up. No, I didn't pick this up. It came out of my daughter's closet. She had it for one of her dances from high school. And so I had $0 invested. And I posted it July 23rd of last year, 24, on Poshmark and eBay. And it sold on eBay on July 22nd of 25. So it took almost exactly 1 year. And it sold for $16. And I made a $12.72 profit. And so that's the last item for the week. So far, for my totals for the month of July, I have an invested total of $140.05 of how much I've actually paid for any of the items. And then gross is at $1340.61. And then my net profit, drum roll, I'm on week 3. I still have a week to go, you guys, and I'm at $791.84. And I know that has to do with the fact that I've sold some computer parts and the PlayStation. But hey, I will take it where I can get it, pat my back, because that does beat out my other previously good months. So like in the month of June, my total for the whole month was $670. And in the month of May, it was $765. In the month of April, 737, and then in March it was 488, and then it went down from there. So out of this year, it's been slowly getting better and better. And with even the summer being, I feel like, slower months, I feel like I've been selling some, like, a lot more for some reason. So I'm really happy about that. And that still leaves me with one more week to go. So more sales than what I even have so far. So I'm really excited about that. And I feel like I'm on the right track. I do account that to not just the fact that we sold computers, parts, and like PlayStation and stuff, but I do contribute that to the fact that I have been like smarter and trying to pick up better items, like higher quality items, better brands, better sell-through rates. Like, I am starting to kind of learn what to do and pick up. Not perfect, obviously, nobody's perfect. And there's always things that I pick up that are like super risky to pick up, but yet I do it anyways because I think it's cool and I think it will sell. And so I'm willing to sit on it. If I do that, I'm totally willing to sit on it for a year or two even, and then it'll sell someday and I'll make $10 or $20 or whatever it may be. So I'm totally fine doing that with my business model. And so as long as I have the space for something, that's why I won't pick it up if I've got no space for something. But I do pick it up if I'm out thrifting and I think it's cute or whatever and I want to try selling it. So anyways, so that's it for this week's video, you guys. I'm going to go and get ready for my appointment. I only have about 25 minutes left to be ready, and I will see you all on my next one. I'll try to get the last video of July posted for the week's what solds, and I've been slowly working through the stuff I shared with you on my last thrift haul. I still have a few of those items to list. I still got to take the jackets to the dry cleaners. It's only been a few days, but I'm going to try and get them to the dry cleaners in the next week or so. And then I do have some more items that I need to film a thrift haul on, but I haven't got to that point. I probably won't do that for another week. So I'll get these what solds out probably prior to that. But anyways, if you're new here and you stuck around, thank you. And please consider subscribing if you enjoy listening to me ramble on and on and on. And I will see you on my next video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good day.